is a new program, and it's a refugee program. It's a program for Liberians to get their green card. To qualify for this program, someone has to be a Liberian national. They have to have been physically present in the United States since November 20th, 2014. They have to have no more than 180 days outside the country since November 20th, 2014. And they have to have no major crimes. If that description fits you, then you can probably get your Liberian green card. The program's relatively new. It only started on December 20th of 2019. And when they implemented the program, they did say that you could expect a couple months into it that you'd see some guidance. Well, today some of that guidance came out, and that's what this live's about. I'm going to talk about the Liberian Green Card Program and what this new guidance tells us about how the program works, and also how it won't work, some of the things we thought. There's some good news and some not so good news, nothing really bad. The program's still there. They're not taking it away or anything like that. So let's begin. For starters, we're running a special on that Liberian Green Card. It was supposed to end on March 30th, but we've extended it through the month of April because of coronavirus. That means that you can get your Liberian Green Card through us, total package price, $3,000 out the door. It includes preparation and filing of your Liberian Green Card application, your preparation and filing of your application for work permit based on Liberian Green Card, and it includes all filing fees, so it's a great deal. The only thing our program doesn't include is the medical exam. Obviously, I'm not allowed to give a medical exam. Those have to be had from a doctor, an immigration-approved doctor. You can't do it with your family doctor. The information I have is the medicals are going for about $350 or $400, so you could get this whole thing done probably around $3,500. And again, we extended our Liberian Green Card special through the end of April because of Corona. My name is Joe Murphy. I'm an immigration lawyer with Allegheny Immigration Group. My office number is 412-521-2000. My cell, text, and WhatsApp are all the same number, 412-973-3442. And don't hesitate to use those numbers. A lot of times people worry about calling a lawyer, you know, oh, he's so busy or whatever. People call me. Just call that number, 412-973-3442. That rings right through to me, and I'll be happy to talk to you about the Liberian Green Card, Liberian asylum claims, or really any other immigration need. I handle all sorts of immigration work. All right, so let's get into this this new policy manual. Obviously, it describes the program, and again, those four basic things: that the applicant has to be a national of Liberia, continuously present in the United States since November 20th, 2014, admissible for lawful permanent residence. That means you can't have like a significant criminal history, plans to overthrow the government, things of that nature. And then, of course, aggravated felonies and things of that nature. The interesting thing is that Liberians applying under the Liberian Refugee Immigration Fairness Act are exempt from certain things that would normally prevent anybody from getting a green card. There's four things. One is public charge, and that's the new thing Donald Trump's been promoting. Liberians, because this is a humanitarian program, don't have to prove their ability to support themselves, and that can be a big break for people, especially people who've been kind of in a refugee status, hard to earn. They may not have had work authorizations the whole time. Labor certification, that means you don't have to have a job offer. Present without admission or parole, so people who unlawfully enter the United States, even though you entered the United States illegally, you can still get a Liberian green card if you otherwise qualify. And the final one is documentation requirements. A lot of people came from Liberia during one of the civil wars or even Ebola time. They might have not had a chance to get documents, birth certificates, things of that nature on the way out of the country, or those documents might not even exist. So this program has the relaxed documentation requirements. Really all you have to prove is Liberian national, physically present since November 20th, 2014, no more than 180 days out since that time, and no major crimes. They also make this a program that extends to the children and family members, spouses and children of Liberians who qualify. So if you're here with your family and you qualify as a Liberian Refugee Immigration Fairness Act green card, your spouse and children would also qualify for a Liberian green card. And I had given an example earlier about a Chinese woman who was married to a Liberian national. And she certainly didn't qualify for a Liberian green card on her own, but her husband did. And because he qualified for the Liberian green card, she was able to apply under the Liberian Green Card Program. Now that has not been adjudicated yet, but it has not been rejected. And this new guidance does give us some information about that. And in fact, they say that that is actually proper under this program. So that's the basics of the program. Again, we're running that special $3,000 out the door through the end of April. We've extended it a month because of Corona. $3,000 out the door for your Liberian Green Card application for work permit based on the Liberian Green Card Program. It includes all filing fees, so it really is a good deal. We don't make a lot of money on it, but we want to get people into this program. We want to incentivize early sign-up. I have a small office. It's me, April, and Amanda. If everybody jumps in on this thing at Thanksgiving, it's going to crush us. We're not going to be able to help them. All right, so here are the new things we know after this newly published guidance. One of the things that we were very, very curious about is what if you're married to someone who qualifies for the Liberian Green Card, but they're not applying? Okay, it says that the spouses and children of people who qualify can apply for a Liberian Green Card. But here it says you have to apply either together with the principal applicant or afterwards. But you can't apply. If your Liberian Green Card qualified spouse has decided not to apply for a Liberian Green Card, then you can't apply either. So you're not really a derivative application like a husband and wife, but it looks like, what do they call it? Principal. They call it the principal applicant. That would be the person who does qualify. So yeah, if they're not applying, you can't. And that also means that if you're married to someone and that person, for example, is a citizen, but that citizen also would qualify for the Liberian Green Card Program, you can't do that either. You still have to apply just based on the marriage only and not based on the Liberian Green Card Program, because your citizen spouse already has their citizenship and they can apply for the Liberian Green Card, which means you can't apply for the Liberian Green Card with them or after. All right. So that is kind of an irritating factor, because that really did provide a lot of flexibility. Obviously, all applications must be filed by December 20th, 2020. This program is only 1 year long. We're in the third or fourth month of it by now. I once in a while post a graph. I'll probably post it in this video, pie chart of how much of the program is gone and how much is left. You should pay careful attention to it. Take this seriously. I don't think they're going to extend this one. It's a really great program. A lot of things are waived. You can again, you don't have to have a job, you don't have to have a spouse, you don't have to have any of that stuff. It's a great program, and because it's so great, I think they're going to not extend it. Okay, now let's see what else is interesting in here. They give examples of documentation that they're looking for, and I'll give that list now. Later when this gets edited, it'll have over here on the wall. They're going to put it up on the wall with obviously an application for green card, that's on Form I-8485. 2 photographs of the applicant, photo ID, copy of birth certificate, a copy of passport showing your admission date if you have one, and it was stamped. A copy of an I-94 arrival or departure record, that would show your admission date as well. A medical exam, and we're advising people to apply first and get the medical afterwards. The new medicals are not good for a year. You have to file within 60 days of getting your medical. So what you don't want to do is get your medical today, because then the rush will really be on to get your Liberian Green Card application in. With Corona, we're moving a little slower here at the office. We're still getting the work out, nobody's falling behind, but it is taking USCIS 30 days to even realize these things have been filed. That's how long it takes to get a receipt. So if you got your medical today and it took us 5 weeks to get your application out, your medical might have expired by the time it gets before the examiner. So our advice right now is to apply first, wait till you get a receipt back, and then you can file your medical and say add it to this file. Suppose your receipt number for your green card application is 27K. When you send it in, say add this to file 27K. And I see Matthew Logue is tuned in. Hello, Matt. How you doing during lockdown? All right, let's see what else. To prove Liberian nationality, they'd like to see an unexpired Liberian passport or certificate of naturalization. Obviously, a birth certificate would qualify. Now, some of the other interesting things that are going on in this Liberian Green... And by the way, if any of you have any questions, feel free to either jump on this live or type them in the little message bar. I'll be happy to take those questions. I'm here to be a resource for you and to support you guys through this Liberian Green Card Program. Excuse me. And that means you can ask questions. There's no obligation. I'm not going to charge you or anything. I'm making myself available for you as a resource during this Liberian Green Card Program. Again, my name is Joe Murphy. I'm a lawyer with Allegheny Immigration Group. My office number is 412-521-2000, My cell, text, and WhatsApp are all the same number, 412-973-3442, and don't hesitate to call. You can follow me here on this Allegheny Immigration Group Facebook page. I'll be posting videos like this, these lives. I also post kind of canned or prepackaged videos that have a lot of cool graphics and stuff, and those are usually shorter. They're better edited. I look cooler in them and things like that. But follow that on the Allegheny Immigration Group Facebook page and the Allegheny Immigration Group YouTube channel. These videos will be there, and they're also being created as a resource for you. You don't have to sign up. There's no recurring sub thing where you pay 99 cents a month. There's nothing like that. It's all free. All right, so let's talk about some of the other neat things. You guys have finally got actual codes. Up until now, they've just marked you all C9, but we know what the admission application codes. So the principal applicants will be LR6, spouses will be LR7, children will be LR8, and the unmarried son or daughter of a Liberian national adjusting under LRF is going to be LR9. All right. Now here is the real spicy part, the rollback provision. Everybody's been wondering if they're going to give you backdated green cards. It looks like they are. It looks like we're getting a lot closer to that. I'm looking at this guidance, and what it says here, if I can get to that section for you, they call it the rollback provision. It says the officer should record the applicant's admission for permanent residence as either November 20th, 2014, or if you can establish it at an even earlier date. And what that means, my friends, is that you'll have been a permanent resident for 5 years. The minute you get this thing, you can turn right around and file for citizenship. I'll be here to help you with that too if you need it. Citizenship's not quite as complicated as this program, but I will be here to help you. I will help you get through the citizenship tests, and I'll be here to support you all along the way. But this is really a tasty program, and you shouldn't miss out on it. And we're still running that special. We've extended it through the end of March. $3,000 out the door. Includes the legal fee, includes the filing fee, includes the Liberian Green Card and the work permit based on Liberian Green Card. Again, the only thing it doesn't include is a medical. I'm not allowed to give medical examinations. I'm a lawyer, not a doctor. All right, now let's see. So yeah, that's pretty cool. The rollback provision. They are going to give you backdated green cards, so that really solves a lot of problems for a lot of people. Most of you who are watching this, certainly all my clients, within, I would say the next year will probably be citizens. Pretty amazing. I'm really excited about it. All right, so that is the new stuff. Okay, there's the pretty much the program isn't changed. They're not taking it away, but they are taking back some of the funny stuff that we thought we'd be able to do. And particularly in regard to the derivative applicants. And that means people who themselves do not qualify for the Liberian Green Card, but are the children or spouse of someone who does. And the big questions there were, for example, if you're married to someone who already has their citizenship and would have qualified for the Liberian Green Card, the question is do you have to file a marriage-based application for green card, or can you file for the Liberian Green Card based on the fact that you're married to someone who qualifies for it? And the answer on that one's no, okay? Because you have to file your application as a derivative, the spouse or child of a Liberian Green Card qualified person. You have to file your application either with or after they file theirs. If your spouse is already a citizen, they're not going to be filing a Liberian Green Card application. They don't need a green card. They're already a citizen. And if your spouse has decided not to for one reason or another, that's the same thing, right? Because if they're not going to file, you can't file with or subsequent to them filing. So that's cleared up. The other thing that is kind of cleared up by this, particularly, is the question of whether people are going to get backdated green cards, and it looks like you are, and that really is great news, because it means you're not going to have to sit around for 5 years as permanent residents and then pay more for all this nonsense to extend green cards and extend work offs. You're going to be able to go turn right around and apply for citizenship, and that really is great news. It's not set in stone yet, but my read is that you're going to get backdated green cards. All right, now let's see if there's anything else that was fun here. And again, isn't it, Kalisha? I thought you'd like that. And if anybody has questions, go ahead and type them in. Again, I'm here to do that. Let's see, there were some other things that were kind of tasty in here. They gave a list of some things, ways of proving physical presence, and that's kind of tricky sometimes, particularly people entered illegally. That can be tough. Obviously, the classic is your passport. It's got an admission stamp and it shows you didn't go anywhere else. I've got a couple clients who entered this country illegally. I had one who entered as a stowaway on a jet airliner, of all things. For heaven's sake, the man's lucky he survived. But so they gave us some examples. I've used school records. In one case, the gentleman had an employer, and he'd been with the same employer since 2013, and every payroll check says employee cents on it, so we were able to produce those. But here are the examples of proving continuous physical presence that USCIS itself is giving. Obviously, the passport, the I-94, income taxes. If you've paid your income taxes, that would help. Utility bills, leases for a house, insurance premiums, birth certificates, medical records. If you were getting treated for a medical condition in the United States before that, after that cutoff date, that's great, or before it. School records, we did use that in one case with a particularly young woman who lost all of her identity documents, but had been going to school in the Minneapolis area. So get your school records. And she got me a transcript. I have it over here. Where is it? From one of the local high schools, showing that she was in high school at that time and doing her classes. So that's a great one. What else did they come up with? Census records. I don't know that the census has your name, so I don't know how great that is. Draft records, if you registered for the draft. As you're aware, men, I think 18 to 25 in the United States have to register for the draft. If you register for the draft before that cutoff date, that's one way of proving it. What else have they got here? Your car registration and union membership and dues. And that's similar to me using the employment records, right? If you've been out of the country for 180 days, one would wonder if your job would still be there. So, and again, my name is Joe Murphy. I'm a lawyer with Allegheny Immigration Group. My office number is 412-521-2000. My cell, text, and WhatsApp are all the same number, 412-973-3442. Don't hesitate to call me. People call me all the time, and you can too. I'm very happy to hear from my clients, and I make myself available in much the same way I make these lives, to be a resource to you and to support you through this program. We have a really nice Allegheny Immigration Group Facebook page, which this is going on to right now. Later it'll be edited and probably re-uploaded. It'll be on the Allegheny Immigration Group YouTube channel, which is also another nice place to see our content and information updates like this one on the Liberian Green Card, how the program is changing, how regulations are being interpreted, and what that might mean for you as a Liberian Green Card applicant. And again, the two big things are the derivative applicants, right? The spouses and children of people who are qualified for a Liberian Green Card have to file with or after the lead applicant, the Liberian Refugee Immigration Fairness Act qualified person files. So you can't file if the principal applicant isn't going to file or has already got his citizenship, his or her citizenship. So that's the other one. So that's it for today's live. It's not that exciting in the sense of some of the funny stuff that we were thinking of doing, but we can't do now. But it is great news that the green cards appear to be going to be backdated. My name is Joe Murphy. I'm a lawyer with Allegheny Immigration Group. On behalf of everyone here at Allegheny Immigration Group, I thank you for watching and look forward to hearing from you with your questions. Again, I'm going to be off the Facebook. You can even touch me on Facebook. Thank you for watching.